Hello, it's the 1st of March and apparently the first day of spring, but a quick peep out the window would call that into question. The trains are up the Swanee, the Met Alert is on red, and so today's market update comes to you from Casa del Plu. And please don't worry about the National Grid warning of not enough gas today. I had extra beans for breakfast, so FX Plu, whew, FX Blue. Anyway, sterling is lower on the Brexit Treaty, the Eurozone inflation data softened the single currency, and Powell's comments point to potentially 4 rate hikes this year. Yesterday the EU published their first draft of the Brexit Treaty, and it puts a border right in the Irish Sea. Theresa May immediately came out saying it's impossible and no UK Prime Minister would ever be able to implement that. Chief negotiator from the EU, Michel Barnier, says, well, the UK made its decision to leave the EU and needs to suffer the consequences of such a momentous decision. Strong words coming from them as the sabre rattling continues. But sterling dropped as the optimism eroded. Sterling euro slipped to 112.65 and cable was down to 137.50. And the weakness has continued overnight. Mario Draghi has been fairly consistent that in his demands that interest rates should stay low until inflation gets a lot closer to his target of 2%. Cut to yesterday when the inflation data came out for January at 1.2%, which is down from December's 1.3%, and it dashed any short-term hopes of any tightening of EU monetary policy. As a result, euro dollar sold off a little and slipped down to 121.90. To counterbalance all the doom and gloom from the UK and the EU, Fed Chair Powell delivered a relatively upbeat view on the US economy, and this helped push the dollar index back through the resistance of 90.50, and as market sentiment has shifted from 3 rate hikes to potentially now 4 on the year, the first of which is now 100% priced in by the market for a May rate hike. Aside from that, keep an eye on the White House today because President Trump summoned in his chiefs of steel and chief of aluminum, into the White House yesterday. So there may well be more trade tariffs announced, thickening the potential trade war between US and China. We'll keep you posted throughout the day. Any comments, drop them in the comments below, and any questions, do please hashtag AskPlu. All the best. See you tomorrow.